So it turns out that I love making videos, people. It motivates me to be aware of what I'm eating. It gets me pumped to go to the gym and crush it. It makes me feel good that I have people commenting on my channel. I'm almost glad I got fat again because it gave me the idea to do this. And the comments I'm getting from people who don't know me, who I don't know how you found this video, but I appreciate it. They're so kind and so nice, and they really do help me out a lot to make me feel like I'm not doing this for nothing, because I'm not doing it to fail. I'm not doing it for nobody to see this. I'm doing it because I want to keep track of myself, and I hope that we're all doing it together. We can inspire each other and support each other. And the cool thing is, in 6 months, a year from now, after I've lost a significant amount of weight, I'm going to have an archive of all of this footage of me, but different. I finally showed one of my videos to a friend of mine. So far I'd only shown it to one other person, my sister-in-law, to get her feedback, but I showed it to an actual friend to get his feedback, see what he thought. And of course we talked about the fact that these are rough. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm still learning. But he was supportive of it. He did ask the question. He asked, you know, I'm going on video and talking about losing weight at a very early stage in the diet when I haven't done it yet. And am I making a bet that I'm going to lose on? Or, to put it another way,
son, your ego is writing checks your body can't cash.
And the answer is, yeah, I am making a bet. But I think that's okay. I think that sometimes you need to put yourself out there with accountability. And I mean, I put myself out there to strangers on the internet now to get that motivation. And so far it's working. Just to talk a little bit about progress, it's been 2 weeks now since my first video. Made it last Monday, so a week and a half really. But since my first video and since going back to the gym, and that first time at the gym was rough. I talked about it in my second video. But I talked about how I got on the elliptical, largely because I need to sort of strengthen my legs back up after ankle surgery that I had about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago. And that was rough. I couldn't even go, I mean, I went a minute before I started feeling the burn. I forced myself to go 5 minutes. I did stop along the way within those 5 minutes for like 10, 20 seconds to catch my breath, but I forced myself to do 5 minutes. And over time, you know, and we are talking 2 weeks, people. Over time, you know, the next day I just did 5 minutes straight, kept pushing it, went to 6 minutes. Yesterday, I decided, screw it, I'm just going to go 10 minutes on this thing. So 10 minutes on the elliptical, I did it, I was tired. It's tough for me to do much more because of the weakness in my leg, in my right leg. Once I get off, I mean, it is shaking. It's tough to walk, and I'm nervous about actually being stable, you know, for those first couple of steps. But it's necessary, you know, we need to strengthen it. And I think in a future video, not next week, I have plans for next week, but in a future video, I'm going to show you some of the physical therapy stuff that I'm doing specifically for my right leg to get it back strengthened. But, you know, I mean, that's the thing. It's 2 weeks now. I do have a solid fitness foundation. I used to be in a lot better shape. I used to work with a personal trainer for 3 years, and, you know, I used to work out 5 days a week. So I do have a foundation that maybe a lot of people aren't coming with. But, I mean, in 2 weeks, we're already seeing progress. I'm expecting in, you know, maybe next week to be doing 20 minutes 3 days a week, and hopefully over time build up to 30 minutes 5 days a week, because I do need to get that cardio. I think a significant part of my weight gain was the fact that because my leg grounded me from working out, that I stopped doing it. And so the answer is not to just continue sitting around and just cutting my food intake. No, I like being active. I like being outside. And so the answer for me is going to be strengthen that leg up so that you can do what you used to do and what you want to do. And speaking of what you want to do, I thought I'd talk a little bit today about what my specific goals are. Of course, you know, lose weight. That's inherent. That's what I'm doing this video for. If you're watching this video for any other reason, you did a really weird search. So, specifically the end goal. Now, the first thing to talk about is the fact that I've not told you my weight yet, and I have not weighed myself. I don't know what it is. I'm only tracking my meals and getting to the gym. You know, I'm making sure that my calorie intake is less than 1,700 calories a day, and I'm going to the gym 3 days a week. I don't know the specific progress that that's making. I can already tell a difference in how my shirts are fitting a little bit looser, but I can't, I don't have anything to track against that. So I need to choose a specific goal that I can put a number to in terms of weight, and that'll be the subject of a video probably next week when I buy a scale to actually start posting weight loss updates. What is that? What are the numbers at right now? I know from having had my body fat measured in the past that I'm actually a very big guy. Not just in terms of having a lot of weight to lose, but I am big you know, structurally. You know, I mean, look at that arm. And I learned when I had my body mass measured that I am 170 pounds of lean mass. Now that's what I say now, and that's from a result about 3 years ago. In a future video, I'm actually thinking that it would be interesting to take you guys along for a body fat measurement. But for right now, that's what my understanding is, that I'm 170 pounds of lean mass. So, you know, we're going to attach a number to that. You know, if a healthy BMI is 25%, let's say 170 plus 25%, that would take me to about, let me do the math here in my head, about 220 pounds. So, you know, that's going to be my first numeric goal, is to get my weight down to 220 pounds. We don't know the starting point yet. We will next week when I get the scale, and so watch for that video. The other thing I wanted to do, like I said, I used to work out a lot in the past, and the reason I had that surgery on my ankle that I talk about is because I was training. I've never been a runner, and I was doing Couch to 5K at that time, and I was able to keep up from the point of view of not getting super tired and super winded, but I was, you know, I did have a lot of pain in my ankle, and I went to the doctor, to an orthopedic surgeon, and he told me that I had a lot of tears in my periotonal ligament. So we took care of that. I said before, I got laid off from my job like while I was in recovery for that, and I really didn't have enough severance time or insurance to pay for my full round of physical therapy. And I think I'm strong enough now to rebuild that strength on my own. But the reason I did that surgery was because I wanted to run a 5K, and actually specifically, I wanted to run the Tough Mudder tournament. And I'll put up some graphics in a minute, or right now. The Tough Mudder is basically a 5-mile race and crazy obstacle course. Running through mud, getting dirty and getting tired, and just basically proving how fit you are. The great thing about the Tough Mudder site is that they do have several workouts that you can follow and to get yourself ready. And that's going to be goal number 1. That doesn't necessarily make it the order that I'm going to do the goal, that I'm going to pursue this goal in. But it is the first one that I'm talking about. The second goal, and you gotta bear with me because this one's going to be kind of crazy. And I'm so excited about this, I'm not even going to pull a movie clip. I'm going to grab the camera and I'm going to take you over to watch it. Okay, the second goal is to do the dance from the beginning of Do the Right Thing. This is one of my favorite movies. I love this movie, and I always love watching this dance. Rosie Perez jumping around, you know, doing crazy stuff. It's pretty awesome. And if I could one day do that dance on camera, I think you would enjoy it. Ozzie Davis, by the way, I really like him. I watched Joe versus the Volcano a couple weeks ago, and I loved him in that role, and I want to start looking up more of his work. But yeah, so let's say in a year you're going to see me against this video. Me versus Rosie Perez, dance off. I think the takeaway from that should be that I don't think small. So yeah, so those are my 2 goals. 3 goals, I guess. 220 pounds. Tough Mudder. I'm having trouble keeping track of my fingers here, apparently. 220 pounds. Tough Mudder. Dance like Rosie Perez. 3, I think, very worthy goals. And I hope you will be with me every step of the way to track them, because it's going to be fun. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends. I'd really like to start growing this channel as I start doing more. Like I said, next week I've got 2 videos planned for next week. One of which is going to be a scale unboxing and first weigh-in, because I feel like I need to start attaching a number to this thing. I feel like if there's ever a story about my weight loss, you know, man loses unspecified amount of weight is not a great headline. So, you know, I need to start having a number so that I can tell you, and also to keep you motivated. as you watch this, because that's half the reason I'm doing it. I'm doing it half for me, half because I hope that there's an audience that wants to do it with me, to keep you motivated, to show that I'm making progress, and so can you. Like I said, I already feel the progress at the gym, and I hope you're making exercise progress, because that's going to be my main focus, is exercise, getting fit again, being able to do more again. But whatever your goals are, I hope you're here to stay. And catch me next week. Again, weekly weigh-in, first weigh-in, and then the other one is a surprise, but I think you're going to like it. I think it's going to be pretty funny. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.